Right. Subnetting. What is subnetting? So you got a network, and one network you want to subdivide into multiple networks. The reason is you have a big company, that's right, but there are many departments. Big company. We need one big network, right? No. Even if it is big company, you want many small networks because you've got small divisions inside the company. We call them departments. But it's one company. If it is one company, there will be a norm, there will be a rule saying you should use only the network starting with 10, for example. See, we learned that there are three different type of private ranges. A large company, a big company, many departments, but still the company will say you cannot use any number other than 10. You remember we learned that there are three different type of ranges of private: 10, 000, 172, 16, 00, 192, or 168.0.0. These are private addresses, private range, in which only one a company will use. They won't mix all this thing. Either they will use this or this most of the time. Very rarely you will see 192. So this company, they don't want to use anything other than 10. Okay, 10 is just one network. 10 is one network, but it's a very big network. Why I'm saying very big? See, you got 24 host bits, isn't it? Out of 32, you got 24 host bits. Now, 2 to the power of 24 will be a very big number, lakhs of IP address you will get. So the company decided to use this 10 network because the company, as I said, it's very big. They want to use 10 network. But they don't want the departments to be mixed. They want every department to have their own network. How is that possible? Company says you cannot use anything other than 10, and they are saying every department needs to have their own network. How is that possible? Through subnetting it is possible. You will have 10, but you will have again some division inside 10. That is what subnetting. The first octet is going to be 10 because the company norm says you should not change the first octet, it should be 10. Now what we are going to do is the first octet we will keep it the same. To create multiple subnets of 10, we will give some bits from the host. For the host we have 3 octets, right? For the host we saw that we have 3 octets in class A. This is what by default masked. We learned these things in the previous class. Class A, the first octet is masked. It's network. The other 3 octets are host bits. So what we are going to do is we are going to make this octet also as a network, so that you will have 10.1, 10.2, 10.3. You know? So the first octet is going to be 10, and second octet earlier it was host, but now I'm going to make it as network. As a result, I'll get 10.1, this is one network. 10.2, this is another network. 10.3, dot 1, dot 2, dot 3 is also network now. So what I'm coming to say here is, even though the first octet is 10, the other octet has got some network bits. You can have multiple networks out of 10, which is what we call it as subnetting. Now, we are going to do subnetting by giving some bits from the host, so that those host bits will be considered to be network bits. But you cannot simply give the entire octet for network. Giving the whole octet for network may not be that good. We need to find how many bits really needed, and then we'll give. For example, I have 3 departments. So if I have 3 departments, I need to decide how many subnets needed. 3 subnets needed. Okay, 3 subnets needed because 3 departments. If 3 subnets needed, how many bits in this octet I should give is need to be calculated, need to be found. 10 dot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. You see, for 3 subnets, should I give the entire octet? This is actually host octets, right? Should I give the entire octet? No. Maybe 1 bit or 2 bit will be sufficient. How can we find that? How many I should give? The easy way is 2 to the power of n minus 1. This will give you a clarity on how many bits you need to give. See, this n stands for number of bits that you're going to give. Number of bits to give for subnetting. Then the end result will be, if you apply some number, and then you will get number of subnets. See, it's very easy. Don't think it's something big formula. You will see why this formula very soon. Okay, so number of subnets. 1, if I put like 2 to the power of 1 minus 1, I'll get 1. Means I don't really do subnetting. So if I give only 1 bit, that 1 is what I write here. If I give only 1 bit, number of subnets I get is only 1. Not enough. How many I need? 3. If I'm giving just 1 bit is not enough. Let's give 2. 2 to the power of 2 minus 1. And we get 4 minus 1, which is 3. Hmm. Okay. So you don't need to give the entire octet. You need to just give 2 bits. That's sufficient, you see. 3 subnets you get. Number of subnets, 3. Now, again, I'm repeating. This number that you put on the top is the number of bits that you want to give. When I put 2, 2 raised to 2 is 4 minus 1 is 3. Okay, now we got an answer like how many bits I need to use for subnetting. What next we are going to do is how we are going to do subnetting. I'm writing the 2-bit here for you. 1, 2. These 2 bits. You see the different probabilities when you toss 2 coins. You're tossing 2 coins. Boom. Both can be tail, or one can be tail and one can be head. One can be head and another can be tail, or both can be head. That is how mathematics teachers will teach you. But we are computer science students, so let's learn like this. Both can be off. One off, one on, one on, another one off, or both can be on. One means on. So electric signal either or both can be zero, or one can be off, another can be on, like that. Now let it be like this. I'm coming back here. The value of this place is 128, right? 2 to the power of 7. This place is 2 to the power of 6, which is 64. Yeah. So now we have taken 2 bits from this octet, and these are the 2 bits we have given for networking. For networking, always you have to take from left hand side, not from this 2, not from here, only from here, left to right. That's how the network should grow. Later we will do subnetting based on host, not network, host. Then you can take bits here. When we do based on host, then it will go from right to the left. When we are doing based on networking, subnetting, network, always it's left to right. Host, it's always right to left. It will grow, the bits will grow from right to left if it is host. If it is subnet, if subnetting or networking, when we say, it will always grow from left to right. You know it already. Class A, first octet is network. Class B, first 2 octets are network. Class C, first 3 octets are network. And the remaining octets are host. So network will always grow from left to right. See, here 8 bits, here 16 bits, here 24 bit. It's growing from left to right. When you speak network, it is left to right only it will grow. So now what we are doing is we want 3 subnets, and we want to know how many bits to give. We found that we need to give 2 bits. If you give 2 bits from the higher order, see, you're not giving from here again. This is lower order bit. When you give higher order 2 bits, the face value of those bits are 128 and 64. And you know how we got that. The early previous classes we discussed this. If you want, I can explain one more time. Let me put it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this 8 bits. The first place is 2 to the power of 0 because it's binary. 2 to the power of 1, 2 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3, 2 to the power of 4, 5, 6, and 7. Anything power 0 is 1. 2 to the power of 1 is 2. 2 to the power of 2 is 4. 2 to the power of 3 means 2 into 2 into 2, which is 8. Likewise, 2 to the power of 4 is 16. 2 to the power of 5 is 32. 2 to the power of 6 is 64. 2 to the power of 7 is 128. If you want to remember in shortcut, you see it is doubling. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16. It doubles. Right? So now we are focusing on these 2 bits. These are the 2 bits that we have given for the sake of subnetting. Right. Now, if I put these 2 bits here, what is the value? 10. Because it is 0, 0, it becomes 0 only. 0, 0. Next. When I put these 2 bits there, what will I get? 0 here, 1 here. What will I get? 10.64.0.0. Because in the place of 64, there is 1. Yeah, 1 multiplied by 64 is 64. Next. If I will apply this one there, 1, 0, what will I get? 10.128.0.0. And at last, 1, 1. 10 dot, you need to add both 128 and 64. We get 192.0.0. So these are the different possibilities if you are giving 2 bits. But remember, you cannot use this 2 or when it is 1. If the given bits are on, if all the given bits are on, do not use. Do not use it. Fine. See, you can see now why it is -1 here. This is why. Because you are not supposed to use this 1. And you will get 3 subnets. Look at this. 1, 2, 3 subnets. Out of 4 different probabilities, 1 should not be used because when it is all 1, we don't use. Why? I'll explain in few minutes. Sorry. So when it is all 1, we should not use. That's why the -1 in the formula. It is not a formula, it is Chumma formula. Just to easily calculate the number of bits. But basically, this is what the story is. You take the bits that you want to give and put it as a power of 2 because it's binary. And because we don't use all ones, we separate by 1. That is how they got this formula. So here we got 3 subnets, but what is the difference between simply writing one address 10.0.0.1 and 10.0.0.1? According to me, this looks same. What is the difference? See, when you simply write 10.0.0.1, what does it mean? It means 255.0.0.0, which means this is the network and the host is 001. But after subnetting, we will be writing subnet mask saying how many bits in this address is network. How do we write for this? For this current problem that we are solving, we took only 2 bits for network. If you take only 2 bits, you need to add only those 2 bits and make it a subnet mask. By default, here 8 bits are networking. So when you add 8 bits, you get 255. And now only 2 bit in the second octet, which is 191. Is it 191 or 192? 00. Listen, only when you write this one, subnet mask, then it will be like 10.0th network and the host is 01. If you forget to write this 192, then there is no point of subnetting. This 0 won't be considered as network. Then it will become like one another IP address without subnetting. I'll give you another example. You see here 10.64.0.0.1. You are assigning this to a computer. If you don't give the subnet mask, it will give the default mask as 255.0.0.0, which means there is no subnetting, which means this is 10th network in that 64.0.1 IP of this computer is 64.0.1 IP. But if I'll write a subnet mask clearly saying 255 and how many bits? 2 bits. So 192.0.0. When I write the subnet mask properly, then the meaning changes. What is the meaning now? It is 10.64th network because you see mask is done here. In that the host is 01. There's a big difference between this one and this one. For this one, the default mask is 255.0.0.0. Though IP address looks same for both the computer, the meaning is different. Here the meaning is 10th network. Here the meaning is 10th network, 10.64th network. So writing subnet mask after subnetting is very important. Otherwise, you will see even after doing subnetting, there won't be any subnetted networks. It is the subnet mask that makes difference. Subnet mask போடலைன்னா நீங்க சப்நெட்டிங் பண்ணதே வேஸ்ட். அந்த 255.192ங்கிற அந்த நம்பரை போடாம விட்டாச்சு. எப்படி அந்த 192 வந்தது? நான் 2 பிட்டு கொடுத்துருக்கேன் நெட்வொர்க்கிங். அந்த 2 பிட்னுடைய வேல்யூவை நான் ஆட் பண்றேன். அது பேர் தான் சப்நெட்டிங். எவ்வளவு பிட்டு கொடுத்தீங்களோ அந்த பிட்னுடைய வேல்யூ ஆட் பண்ணணும். இப்போ கிளாஸ் ஏன்னு சிம்பிளா எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம்னா 255.0.0.0. எப்படி இந்த 255 வந்தது? 8 பிட்டு கொடுத்தீங்க. அந்த 8 பிட்டையும் ஆட் பண்ணதுனால 255. கிளாஸ் ஏன்னா 8 பிட்டு தான் நெட்வொர்க்கிங் கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க. தானே டிஃபால்ட்டு. ஆனால் இப்போ அதையும் தாண்டி இன்னும் 2 பிட்டு நீங்கள் கொடுத்துருக்குறீங்க நெட்வொர்க்கிங்காக. அந்த 2 பிட்டை நீங்கள் ஆட் பண்ணணும். ஆட் பண்ணிங்கன்னா 192 வரும். அந்த 192 மென்ஷன் பண்ணிங்கன்னா தான் நீங்கள் பண்ண சப்நெட்டிங்க்கு வேல்யூ உண்டு. அதை போடாமல் சும்மா அப்படியே டிஃபால்ட் சப்நெட் மாஸ்க்கை போட்டு விட்டுருந்தீங்கன்னா உங்களை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் சப்நெட்டிங் பண்ணியிருக்கிறீங்க, ஆனால் டிவைசஸ்க்கு நீங்கள் பண்ண சப்நெட்டிங் புரியாது. அது இன்னும் என்ன தான் நினச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம், இது 10 நெட்வொர்க்குன்னு நினச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம். கிடையாது. நீங்கள் மாஸ்க் சொல்லணும். அது மாஸ்க் இப்படி எழுதலாம், 255.192.0.0ன்னு எழுதலாம். இல்லைன்னா பிட்ஸில் எழுதலாம். இங்கே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆக்டேட்டில் எத்தனை பிட் நெட்வொர்க்கிங்க்கு, how many bits we have for networking in the first octet? 8 bit. How many bits you are given for networking now? 2 bit. 8 plus 2 is what? 10 bit. So you can write like this, 10/10/10/10. Only after writing this /10, these 3 networks are 3 different networks. When you don't have the /10, they are not 3 networks. /10ங்கிற நம்பர் தான் இது வந்து வேற நெட்வொர்க் நேம் மாற்றுது. நீங்கள் போடலன்னா அது /8ன்னு எடுத்துக்கும். டிஃபால்ட்டாக 8 பிட் தானே. 8 பிட்னா இதை மட்டும் தான் நெட்வொர்க்கிங்காக பார்க்கும். அப்போ எல்லாமே 10 நெட்வொர்க் தான். ஆனால் /10ன்னு எப்போ போடுறீங்களோ அப்போ தான் ஓஹோ 2வது ஆக்டேட்லேயும் கொஞ்சம் பிட் இருக்குதா, அப்படியா, சரி 2வது ஆக்டேட்டில் 2 பிட்னா அப்போ இது ஒரு நெட்வொர்க், இது ஒரு நெட்வொர்க், இது 3 நெட்வொர்க் அப்படின்றது புரிய வரும். நான் சொல்கிறது புரிஞ்ச மாதிரி இருக்கும், ஆனால் புரியல. புரியும். நீங்கள் பார்க்கணும் இந்த வீடியோ 2-3 முறை பார்க்கணும். அப்படி ஃபீலிங் இருக்கிறவங்க 2-3 முறை இந்த வீடியோ பார்க்கணும். சரி, let us now go to next level. We discussed that we have 3 departments and we need subnetting, and we now found how to do subnetting. For these 3 departments, you got 3 separate networks. This is for department 1, 2, department 3. If this is a network in department 1, what will be the first IP in that department? The first IP means, first address of a computer in this department. Simple. Here you need to add 1 in the host bit, like 10.0.0.1 here. And what will be the broadcast IP? What is broadcast IP? The IP that is common for all the devices in this department. நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்குங்க. ப்ராட்காஸ்ட் ஐபின்னா என்னன்னா, இந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் 1க்கு ஒரு நெட்வொர்க் கொடுத்துருக்குறீங்க. அந்த நெட்வொர்க்கை சேர்ந்த எல்லா கம்ப்யூட்டரோடவும் தொடர்பு கொள்ள வேண்டும் என்றால், அனைத்து கம்ப்யூட்டர்களோடவும் தொடர்பு கொள்ள வேண்டும் என்றால் ஒற்றை விலாசம், one single address. That is what broadcast IP of that network. இந்த நெட்வொர்க்கின் broadcast IP, இந்த நெட்வொர்க்கில் இருக்க எல்லாரோடையும் ஒரே ஒரு சின்ன பேக்கெட் அனுப்பிச்சா எல்லாருக்கும் போய் சேரணும். ஒரே ஒரு பேக்கெட் தான். 1000 பேர் இருந்தாலும் 1000 பேக்கெட் அனுப்புறது இல்லை. ஒரு பேக்கெட் அனுப்புனாலே அது எல்லாருக்கும் போய் சேரணும்னா எல்லாருக்கும் பொதுவான ஒரு அட்ரஸ் இருக்கணும் இல்லையா? அந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்ல இருக்க எல்லாருக்கும் பொதுவான ஒரு அட்ரஸ், அது பேர் தான் ப்ராட்காஸ்ட் அட்ரஸ். இந்த ப்ராட்காஸ்ட் அட்ரஸ்னா என்னன்னா, எப்படி வரும்னா, இருக்கிற ஹோஸ்ட் பிட்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஆன் பண்ணீங்கன்னா ப்ராட்காஸ்ட் வரும். இருக்கிற ஹோஸ்ட் பிட்ஸ் எல்லாமே அப்படின்னா எப்படின்னா பாருங்க, ஈஸியா சொல்றேன் நான். 10 டாட் அடுத்த நெட்வொர்க் பாருங்க. See next network to know the broadcast IP of this department. See the next network. If next network is 64, 10.64, then here it will end by 63. 10.63.255.255. This is the broadcast IP of the first department. So whenever you send a packet to this address, it will reach everyone in department 1. Fine. What will be the last IP? One before this. See, we are talking about host. IP means what? To whom we give? To the computer, to the host. So you need to subtract one from here to know the last IP. Last IP is 10.63.255.254. This is the last IP. Now let's talk about the second department. Second department, the first IP will be 10.64.0.1. Third department 10.60, no, not 60, 128.0.1. Now, for the second department, what will be the broadcast IP? For that, look into the next network. Next network is 128. So here it will be 10.127.255.255. And here the broadcast IP will be 10.190. See, though we don't use this, why did I write it here? So that I will not make mistake. If the next network is 192, then I'll put 191, 255, 255. Remember, I told you when all the bits, given bits are 1, we don't use it. All the bits means all the given bits. We have given 2 bits. If all the 2 bits are on, you get 192, we don't use it. That's why the formula had -1. And why I write it? So that I will not make mistake when I write the broadcast IP of the previous network. The last IP of the second department is 10.127.255.254. Here 10.191.255.254. Right? So this number, one less is the last. இதுக்கு முந்தின அட்ரஸ் தான் லாஸ்ட் ஐபி. லாஸ்ட்னு கருதப்படுறது லாஸ்ட் அல்ல, அது ப்ராட்காஸ்ட். அப்போ லாஸ்ட்னா அதுக்கு முந்தின அட்ரஸ் தான் வந்து லாஸ்ட். இது ஃபர்ஸ்ட், இது லாஸ்ட், இது லாஸ்ட். ரைட், காப்பி பண்ணிடுங்க. நான் இன்னொரு ப்ராப்ளம் பண்றேன் இதே மாதிரி. இன்னொன்று பண்ணும்போது உங்களுக்கு இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் நல்லா புரியும். காப்பி பண்ணி முடிச்சதை சொல்லுங்க. கொஸ்டின் இருந்தாலும் கேட்கலாம். அதுதான் சொன்னேன் நான். இதை நம்ம பயன்படுத்துறது இல்லை. ஏன் பயன்படுத்துறது இல்லை? 3 பிட்டு இல்லையா நம்ம கொடுத்தது? இல்லை, 2 பிட்டு நம்ம கொடுத்தோம் இல்லையா? 2 பிட்டு கொடுக்கும்போது அந்த கொடுத்த 2 பிட்டுமே 1 இருந்தா நம்ம பயன்படுத்தக்கூடாதுன்னு சொன்னேன் இல்லையா? இதை நம்ம பயன்படுத்தக்கூடாது. இப்போ இதனுடைய 2 பிட்டினுடைய சப்நெட் தான் இது. இது ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட், இது செகண்ட் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட், இது தேர்ட் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட். இத சும்மா இங்க எழுதியிருக்கிறேன் நான். ஏன் எழுதியிருக்கிறேன்னா, இதை பயன்படுத்தக்கூடாதுன்னு நமக்கு தெரியும். ஆல் ஒன்ஸ் இருந்தால் பயன்படுத்தக்கூடாது. ஆனால் இதை நான் ஏன் இப்போ இங்கே எழுதியிருக்கிறேன்னா, இங்கே எனக்கு தப்பு இல்லாமல் எழுத முடியும். ஏன்னா அடுத்த நெட்வொர்க்கை பார்த்து தான் நம்ம இங்கே ப்ராட்காஸ்ட் எழுதுவோம். அதனால சரி. இப்போ ஒருவேளை நீங்கள் இந்த கேள்வியை இப்படி கேட்டிருக்கலாம், என்ன, அதுதான் நீங்கள் கேட்க வந்தீங்கன்னு நான் நினைக்கிறேன். ஏன் இதை பயன்படுத்துறது இல்லை அப்படின்னு நீங்கள் கேட்க வந்திருக்கலாம்னு நினைக்கிறேன். அப்படி இருக்கும்னா ஏன் நம்ம இதை பயன்படுத்தக்கூடாது? Why we should not use this? Listen, why we should not use this? See, we are not having the entire octet. We are not having the entire octet for networking. Just 2 bits in that octet. Just 2 bits. If you start using this, then your first IP will be what? 10.192.0.1. And the broadcast will go up to 10.255.255.255. How is that possible? When you have only given 2 bits for network, how you will get 255? Not possible. You have given only 2 bits for networking, not the entire octet. So this cannot be used. You need to be within the 2-bit limit. You see, 2 bits, 2 higher order bit, 128 plus 64. It will give you 192. So you need to be within that limit. What does that mean? You see, you are within that limit, 191 limit. You are not exceeding the bits that you are given. You gave only 2 bits, and 192 is the max. You can't go beyond that. You got it? சரி, 192 தான் அதிகபட்சம் நீங்க பயன்படுத்தக்கூடிய நெட்வொர்க். 192க்கு மேல போக முடியாது. ஏன்னா கொடுத்தது 2 பிட்டு தான். அந்த 2 பிட்டை கூட்டினா 128 பிளஸ் 64 கூட்டினா 192 தான் வரும். அதுக்கு மேல எப்படி போக முடியும்? அதுக்கு மேல போனா நீங்க ஹோஸ்ட் பிட்ஸ் எல்லாம் நெட்வொர்க்கா கன்வெர்ட் பண்றதா அர்த்தம். ஹோஸ்ட் பிட்ஸை நீங்க எப்படி நெட்வொர்க்கா கன்வெர்ட் பண்ணலாம்? 2 பிட்டை கொடுத்துட்டு. அதுக்கு மேல போனா அது 255 வரைக்கும் போகும் நெட்வொர்க்கிங்க்கு. உங்களுக்கு நெட்வொர்க்கிங்க்கு 255 வரைக்கும் எப்படி அதிகாரம் இருக்கு? இல்லை, 2 பிட்டு தான் கொடுத்துருக்கீங்க. அது 192 192க்குள்ளதான் இருக்கணும். பாருங்க, இது 192க்கு உள்ள இருக்குது. இந்த லாஸ்ட் உங்க டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் 3 நோட் இது 192க்கு மேல போகக்கூடாது. 192ல இருந்தே யூஸ் பண்ணக்கூடாது. நீங்க 192க்கு உள்ளதான் இருக்கணும். ஏன் 192க்கு உள்ளதான் இருக்கணும்னா நீங்க 2 பிட்டு தான் கொடுத்தீங்க நெட்வொர்க்கிங்க்கு. மீதி இருக்கிற 6 பிட் ஹோஸ்ட் சொந்தமானது. நீங்க அந்த 192க்கு மேல பேசுனீங்கன்னா ஹோஸ்ட் பிட்டையும் நீங்க எடுக்கிறீங்கன்னு அர்த்தம். அப்படி எடுக்க முடியாது. ஏன்னா நீங்க 2 பிட் தான் கொடுத்துருக்கீங்க. ஒருவேளை நீங்க நிறைய எல்லா பிட்டும் கொடுத்துருந்தீங்கன்னா நீங்க 192க்கு மேல பேசலாம். அப்படி பேச இயலாது. ஏன்னா நம்ம கொடுத்துருக்கிறது 2 பிட்டு தான். ஃபைன். இன்னொரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் நான் செய்ய போறேன். Ten dot 0.0.0 அதே 10 தான் எடுத்திருக்கிறேன். Same 10 I have taken, but this time number of departments are 7 departments. So it can be 5, 4. Answer is going to be same. That's why I'm taking 7. In the previous case, if I need only 2 departments, same answer. This and this will give for 2 departments. This we will use for future. We'll keep it for future. Why? When I borrow 2 bits, I get 3 subnets. If I borrow 1 bit, I will get only 1 subnet. So It's the same answer whether you have 2 department or 3 department. Likewise, whether you have 4 department, 5 department, 6 department, 7 department, the answer is going to be the same. You'll understand why in a few minutes. Now, this is the network you are supposed to use, and we know the default subnet mask is /8, means 255.0.0.0. This is what we write it as /8. The 8 bits are on, means 8 bits are given for network masked. We are asked to do subnetting, for which they have just simply given one information, which is 7 departments. Based on this info, you need to do subnetting. Now, same story, 10 dot. I need to give some bits for networking. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 host bits. Again, another 8 host bits. Another 8 host bits. Now, how many bits I should give for subnetting? How many bits I need to give for subnetting? Same formula, 2 to the power of. If I put 3, means if I give 3 bits, it is going to be 8 minus 1, which is going to be 7. 8 minus 1, which is going to be 7. 7 departments, then I need to give what? 3 bits. If I give 2 bits, you saw earlier, if I give 2 bits, I'll get 3 subnets. If I give 3 bits, I'll get 7 subnets. So it's the same answer whether you are in need of 5 departments or 6 departments or 4 departments. Answer is going to be borrow 3. We give 3 bits. 3 bits. All right. So we found how many bits to give for subnetting. What is the value of this place? 128. What is the value of this place? If this is 1, what is the value? 64. If this is 1, what is the value? 32. Yeah, 32. 128, 64, 32. You're giving this 3 bit. So for the new subnet mask, what you need to do? Subnet mask is, you need to sum all these 3. You will get 224. 128 plus 64 plus 32. So after subnetting the new subnet mask, this is default subnet mask. But now you are giving some bits from this octet. You need to add those bits for subnetting. When you add, you get 255, 224.00. This is the new subnet mask. Okay, now let's do the subnetting. 3 bits, right? So I'm drawing the 3 bits here. All 3 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. These are the probabilities. As I said earlier, we will not be using all ones. We will not be using all ones. And if you count and see, you will get 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's all. For 7 departments, you got 7 different probabilities. Now, 10 dot, when all are 0, you get what? 0. 10.0.0.0. What is the mask? This is the mask. How you will write in slash notation? 8 plus 3 bit, right? Earlier it was 8, now you gave 3 bit. 8 plus 3 is 11. Now next one. 0, 0, 1 means this place is 1. What is the value of this place? 32. Yep, 32 is the value. So 10.32. 10.32.0.0/11. Now this one. This second bit is on. What is the value of second bit? 64. So 10.64. And then these two bits are on, which means 96. 64 plus 32. 10.96. And then the first bit is on, the rest are 0. If the first bit is on, what is the value? 128. So the next network will be 10.128. And then 128 plus 32, because this bit and this bit is on. 128 plus 32 is 160. Next, 128 plus 64, which is 10.191 192.0.0/11. At last, all are 1, though we don't use it. I'm just going to write it. 10.224.0.0. When all the bits are on, we don't use it, but I write it so that I will not make mistake when I write the broadcast of this one. What will be the broadcast of this one? 10.1, no, 223.255.255. How do I know? I see the next one. Next one is 224, then it should be 223. The first IP will be 10.192.0.1. The last will be one before this, which is going to be 10.223.255.254. Likewise, you know how to fill all the remaining. Let me write it for two more. Like for this first IP will be 10.0.0.1. For this first IP will be 10.32.0.0.1. For this 10.64.0.0. 64.0.0.1. I know, likewise it goes. Now, what will be the broadcast of the first department? 10 dot, see the next networks, 32. So here it will be 31.255.255. The last IP will be 10.31.255.254. In an octet, the maximum is 255. One less than that is last. 10.63.0. 63 dot 10.63. How I get 63? Because next network is 64. 63.255.255 is the broadcast. 63.255.254 is the last IP. Likewise, you can fill the remaining, the rest. Copy this. I'm going to give you a homework. Okay, so the homework is this. One 172.16.0.0, same 7 departments. To make it easy, I am giving 7 departments, but the network is 172.16. You need to write same like what I have written. First, you need to write the default subnet mask. Then you need to write the new subnet mask after finding the bits to be given for subnetting. Yeah, step by step, and then you can start writing the subnets like I have written. Write the broadcast first IP, last IP, broadcast IP. Same like as I have written. You need to write it for this 172.16.0.0. You know, till you get the concept, watch this video twice, thrice till you get it, and then you do this homework. After you do the homework, take the screenshot, send it to my WhatsApp or mail address. Fine. All right. So we stop